You have no idea, you guys. I'm so excited. This is the very first time that I'm going live on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, and yes, we're still on Zoom for today, okay? So this is a super exciting day, and I've known this for a long time that we're gonna be doing a morning thing globally. I've known this for a very, very long time. So for me, I just wanna say thank you, thank you, thank you. This is just the beginning of something that I know is going to be so big. Hi, Kira. Hi, Michelle. Hi, everybody. Hi, you guys. Okay, so today's talk. Today, we come together in prayer. We come in affirmative prayer. We come in spoken word. How I pray is very, maybe different. You can go into silent prayer. You can go into, spoken word. You can go into argumentative prayer. There's so many different ways of praying and knowing the truth. But basically, the bottom line is we come together. I want to come on here each morning at 9 a.m. every single morning, you guys, 7 days a week, okay? I am like crazy to do this, and I'm crazy because I love this work so much, and I know truth is so important right now. So we'll be at 9 a.m. PST, noon on the East Coast, and 5 p.m. in the UK. So I'm so excited. You can turn on your notifications. Come do this with me every single morning. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this, okay? So today is the talk or the prayer or the truth bomb is called lockdown. Is it gonna make you or break you? That is the question today. Lockdown. Is it gonna make you or break you? And the decision is yours. So it brings me back to a time when my son was 8 years old. And we actually went down to South Africa for some philanthropy and also to go on vacation. We were with a big group down there, and we went over to Robben Island where Mandela went. He was there for 18 years. And I'm sure many of you guys know, Nelson Mandela served 27 years in prison, right? And he was on Robben Island for 18 of that. And my son and I, we went on the island. We took this boat across. And I think it was just like three or four of us at that point in time. And we go over and you go into the jail and they start giving you a tour of Robben Island, right? And lo and behold, you finally come to his jail cell, okay? And literally, it's just like you see on CNN or anything. It's this little kind of like 8x8 kind of cell kind of a thing. There's a grass mat. There's no mattress. There are no windows there's no window pane. There's just bars to the external, to the outside. And you have to understand that he would be in this cell. I think they let them out like an hour a day or something like that, out into the courtyard. And the temperatures would go below zero at points in time throughout the year, okay? Imagine for 27 years, or 18 rather, on Robben Island, being a prisoner, right? And of course, he said how, he'd been interviewed so much after he got out of prison, as you know. He became the president and became, the father of South Africa and has revolutionized everything in the world as we know it, right? So he said, they asked, how did you not get broken? How did you not get broken during this? And he said, because I was interiorly free. He said, what will happen in the middle of all that is you begin to know yourself at such a level and you become, a place beyond the human, beyond what we know to be human. He had tuberculosis, you guys. He was in apartheid. He died at the age of 95 years old. And I'm telling you this story because here I was with my son looking into this prison cell, and I couldn't help but look down at my beautiful son and thinking how lucky he is and how lucky we are. And I know it's hard right now. I don't want to make it not have compassion towards what people are going through right now. And someone sent me a little clip of an IG story of an influencer that was saying how hard it was to be alone for the last few weeks, that she'd only seen one other person. And I get it. I don't want to not acknowledge that or whatever, but we got to put it in perspective, you guys. We have to put it in perspective. So today I want to talk to you about lockdown. Is it going to make you or break you? And also, today's Friday feels, right? So it's all about dating, love, and relationship, and also universal law. So what you can expect from every day here is to know the truth through story, through quotes, through universal law, through knowing, the metaphysics. I'm a doctor of divinity, universal law minister, science and mind minister, unity minister. We're all under the same umbrella, which is considered new thought. And so each day it's important to know the truth. It's the most important thing we can do. And so as I recognize, and I went into prayer and gratitude this morning, thinking about Nelson Mandela and how one man was able to completely change the world. And if you're sitting in, in your home right now, I think you have to ask yourself, are you going to let this make you or break you? And who do you want to come out as? Who do you want to come out as? Nelson Mandela, after 27 years, he walked to freedom, right? As he said, walked into freedom. And the long road to freedom, there's a long road sometimes. And sometimes it means that you got to go within. And so I recognize right here and right now that he said, I have walked the long road to freedom. I've tried not to falter. I have made missteps along the way, but I have discovered the secret that after climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. I've taken a moment here to rest, to steal a view of glorious vistas surrounding me, to look back at the distance I have come, but I can only rest for a moment. For the freedom comes responsibility, and I dare not linger, for my long walk is not ended. And I invite each and every one of us today to recognize that this is not our last hill. I think people think, well, once this is over, then it'll be okay. We thought that with 9/11, we thought that about whatever, we thought that about, the last relationship, we thought that about the last time we couldn't make money. Like the hills, we keep climbing the hills, you guys. This is called life, it's called growth, it's called universal expression eternally, okay? So we have to know that this is not our only hill to climb. And I'm gonna call some people out. I'm fine if you wanna hang out and do whatever during this time. For me, I'm very clear that for me, this is a time to hustle, do the divine hustle. We have work to do on this planet, and I'm all about knowing it's all good, but I also know that I want to experience harmony. I want to experience, and I truly believe that we have rights for equality. We have rights to know and overcome things like a pandemic and coronavirus, that there are answers. There's every answer, that's the truth. He said, Nelson Mandela said, I went for a long holiday for 27 years. That's the shift. Can you take a look at this time right now in your life and begin to see it as a long holiday, a time to reflect, a time to do your inner work, and I say serve, serve. Right now, there's so many people that need your help. You can be strategizing in your home. You can be connecting with people globally. There's so much work that can be done from your home. And I recognize if you don't have money to pay your bills, like so many of us, right? There's always answers. Reach out, strategize, let's come together. And so in this, there's also some facts that the domestic violence is up 51% through the coronavirus, through people being in lockdown, right? So let me tell you, it's gonna make or break your relationship. I'm not in a relationship, and I am alone in my home. And, years and years ago, I remember really having a hard time being alone in my home. It was like I would be so anxious alone in my home. I would get really uncomfortable, I'd get bored, I'd get whatever. And I remember going in and doing years of meditation and getting to know myself. And so this has been actually a very beautiful time for me. I've really enjoyed this and been working with tenacity around all of it. And I say that, is it going to make or break your relationship? You have to decide. You have to decide. It's not about them changing. It's not about whatever. It's a commitment. Relationships and love are a commitment, and whether it be to your family, whether it be to a friend, whether it be to your partner, whether it be to your career, it is all difficult. It all has challenges. It all has things we have to overcome. You have to decide. Are you committed or no, you're not committed? It's really simple. You either are or you aren't. And you're going to look through that lens to say I am or I'm not. In universal law, we recognize that there's one divine source, and it's you. It's the truth of who you are, and it is untouchable. And it commands universal law onto universal law and reflects back infinitely. And so you get to decide what are you going to focus, what are you going to inform your subconscious mind and the one divine mind in through what you're doing and what you're speaking today. And so I recognize today is about saying to see the sunlight of freedom within, to see the sunlight of freedom within, whether it be in your relationship, whether it be in your home that you're in lockdown, whether it be whatever it may be. There is an unending source that you are. And I recognize right here, right now, as we go into this day, as we choose to say, I am going to be made. I'm going to be made into the most divine expression of myself, the grandest version of myself today. And I declare that so wholeheartedly as we come together in prayer, taking a deep breath in through the nose And I recognize right here and right now the freedom lies within. I recognize each and every one of us has that ability to claim our birthright of success, of thriving, of divine relationships, of knowing that we have a gift and a message to bring to the world. I recognize right here the power that be, that has created the entire universe. It can create heaven or hell on earth. I recognize right here and right now, just like Nelson Mandela, that I decide with clarity, no matter where I am, no matter what the outpicture is, no matter how hard the situation, no matter how hard the circumstances are, that I demand that we all deserve equality. We deserve great lives. We deserve every last ounce of it. And I know that through this we prevail, that truth prevails. It has prevailed through every last genocide. It's prevailed through every famine. It's prevailed through everything, everywhere, all the time. And I simply know this in my mind, how together as we say, and so it is. Yes, 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 you guys, amazing. Okay, so if you're on right now, it's really cool because I'm on a Zoom call, I'm on a YouTube, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, okay? We're gonna do this every single morning at 9 a.m. It is a commitment for myself. I'm doing it, yes, for you. I do it more for myself than anything because I know as I get steeped in my mind, in my truth, in the truth of divine mind, all things are possible. I know that Nelson Mandela can do it. He's one man that absolutely revolutionized this world. Did you know that there are 500,000 people that are homeless in America today? Yesterday I was driving around because I had to go shoot a video alone, not with anyone else, and I watched as it was pouring rain and as homeless people are out on the streets in tents or just getting drenched. Please get into gratitude. Get into gratitude. As hard as it is right now, trust me, it could get worse. And I know that today you have a choice. And so I want to also go into a universal law because each day I want to teach a universal law, okay? There's only one law, and it is the law of cause and effect. But I teach it in 52 distinctions. So today is the law of emergent evolution, okay? Emergent evolution meaning that during evolution, upon demand for life to prevail, there emerges new properties. For example, the fifth finger emerged out of necessity to survive. Form transforms upon insistence of consciousness. When the individual demands and commands the subconscious and subjective mind, the universal laws are set into motion. So my question for you today and to think about is, what are you demanding? What do you demand? Do you demand yourself to survive through this? Do you demand yourself to thrive through this? Do you demand yourself to have extraordinary connection with people and serve and do some good through this? Or you demand to just sit back and have a pity party and watch Netflix and do nothing and go backwards, go down through this process? You have the choice. We all have the choice. And as a law of emergent evolution, I invite you to take the time to evolve. I invite you to recognize that your soul desires creative expression. You are an artist. You are a cosmic designer of the canvas of life. Each paintbrush stroke of your masterpiece represents the hidden beliefs of your identity. State your identity. Who are you? We are all the I am, and out of that we need to decide who we want to be, what our voice is for the world, and you will set the law of evolution into motion. You were born to expand to the greatest version of you. As together again we say, and so it is, you guys. So you can join me 9 a.m. on Facebook on my professional page, draaron.tv. You can join me right here on Instagram at draaron.tv. You can join me on YouTube under Dr. Aaron, and I'm sure we'll be going on Twitter as well. So stay tuned for that. This is our last day on Zoom. You guys get that last day on Zoom, so you can get all of it there. And I don't know how many of these will be going up on podcasts as well. Have a beautiful day, you guys. And also, we have a free community. It's called Inner Circle. This will not be changing Inner Circle. I'll be doing a live Q&A in the private group on Facebook that you have to join Inner Circle. It's totally free, and it will be at 4 o'clock on Tuesdays, 4 p.m. PST. We'll do an actual Q&A there. And it also has my book in the back end. We have guided meditations. We have affirmations. We also have a weekly soul circle with all the ambassadors. I think Monday through Friday right now we're doing free support groups. They're trained in metaphysics. They will come on, help you with transformation, help you get grounded in truth, and have some breakthroughs for you, okay? There's also all kinds of other things in the member site. We have a free app. It's called Soulciety, and it actually has all this content in it. The book, the affirmations, all the links for the calls, the login for your members site, everything, you guys. So please share, like this. It's super important. We're just beginning. Holy cow, this is going to be a ride. Have a beautiful day, and may you live